And what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. I'm Brian the Grizzly with Brandman Brandon. What's up, man? How you feeling?
Good, good. Friday. Well, pretty much right there, right?
Yeah, finally
Uh,
making it there. What'd you think about just what'd you think about finale week?
it left me on one hand, I had a very flat feeling about one particular show.
Mhm.
Another one, I'm like already just waiting for more. And then another show that I really enjoy started this morning. So
Okay, which one
already
was that?
using that would be Cobra Kai. That would be a
Cobra?
little one called Cobra Kai.
Oh man, that's great.
Hmm.
I actually been watching season 4 of Evil. It's supposed to be the last season.
Hmm.
Um, you know, I enjoy supernatural things too. So obviously, I'm a supernatural fan, stuff like that.
Hmm.
But I'm enjoying what they're doing. The twist they use. Um, I like all the characters. I'm just enjoying it overall. So I think if I get a chance, I'm going to do a review of that when, especially when it ends. Talk about it. I might
Hmm.
do a three episodes. I might just do something. Every three. It's ever been 4 episodes, so maybe I'll do one this weekend. Just talking
Hmm.
about Evil season 4 because it's the last season.
Yeah, I
So
gotta. I'm so behind on Evil. I think I'm just gonna restart it from the beginning, just as a refresher, and then just go through it until I'm all caught up.
yeah, I mean it's a quick watch. It's actually really entertaining. I never find myself bogged down by it, so that's why I enjoy. And something I'm going to challenge both of you guys with is I want to do
Hmm.
a review on Supercell. Um, I want to do it on if we could do it Monday because Tank's coming down to the end. I know he don't want to
Hmm.
admit it, but he's coming down to the end. He probably only has a week left. So
I finished Supercell just yesterday after work.
awesome, awesome. Okay, because I want to go
Hmm.
through a review. I think it's worth it. It something worth talking about. A lot of things that we
Hmm.
you know we or at least I definitely talk about. Tank definitely talks about. I mean, yeah, we all talk about. So I want to really kind of dive into it. The lore is really good. I'm surprised Ratman did a great job. Like with
Hmm.
a low budget, they really made things look very good, and entertaining. So I can't wait to talk
Hmm.
about that. We got B in here.
This thing.
Yo, what's up? Yo. We got Profess. Good evening, all. Yeah, I gotta watch Supercell, dude. I'm telling you, I really want to talk about it now that I know Brandman has got his together too, and he saw it. Uh, it's it was good. It was surprising to me. That's what it was surprising.
Yeah, it was something that kind of blindsided me. I don't think I really heard too much about it until I came across it streaming, and then the word of mouth on the channel when people started talking about it. I'm like, let me give this a look.
So that's why our plan is Monday. I want to be able to talk about that. So
Hmm.
that'd be good. So I finished watching the Acolyte. It was hard after I fell off these last couple of weeks, but I finished and it came out disappointed. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to unpack with
Hmm.
Acolyte.
There's a lot to unpack with that. Acolyte. Yep.
They did a lot of stuff. They had a lot of things to try to finish it. They really tried to rush and get it all in there. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I can't wait. I want to be able to talk as a group about that. This show, I watched it again. I watched this episode again after really
Hmm.
knowing what was coming and gave some detail to it. And I hated it less. So
Hmm.
I want to discuss why. And I want to hear what everyone else feels about it too.
Hmm.
It's probably what you felt about it when you like Andor. You talking about. So, as you watch it, it's like I understand where they're going with it. I understand why
Yeah.
they did these things. I don't necessarily have to like what they did, but I understand what's going on.
Hmm.
Yeah, Kevin in here. What's up? Potential rumor of David Zaslav talking about splitting up Warner Brothers in two different companies.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay. That's it. That's very interesting, Kevin. So I'll actually start that so we can come back to talk about that. The Acolyte writing was not perfect at all. Don't want people to see the diversity and inclusion in Star Wars. Yeah, yeah. All people don't want the diversity and inclusion. But also, if you're going to do it, though, I want you to do it well. You know, when you take a step, into something that hasn't been done a lot, you really have to hit a home run when you're doing it, or you're going to get people that hate on it, and you're going to get people that just don't like the show, and you get it from both sides. But there are some people that swear by it, that love it and love what they're doing, and I understand why they like it. I just don't necessarily agree, but I understand.
Hmm.
Uh, Uzumaki Clan 7798. The boys season finale was fire. I cannot wait to talk about that. I think that that'd be the first one I want to talk about. Acting like it could go a little long, but I thought the boys was really
The
entertaining.
voice was amazing. It
They
was so good.
it's like, when people write shows and they go all the way to the finale and then they hit the finale because it makes sense in the storyline. That's what they do. They
Mhm.
read, they watch, write the whole thing. They let people read it and say, "Does this make sense?" It's like a story in a beginning, a middle, and end, and they give you cliffhangers and all those things. That's what they're giving us. Unlike Disney properties right now,
Mhm.
like they're doing it and then they're starting it and then they're not actually looking at the end, and then they get to the end, they're like, "Oh man, that's not that good," and they're surprised. Ugh, I don't know, that's it's interesting. I do want to talk about that, and then we also got a new trailer today, right?
For which one was it? Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice, yes.
Yeah, didn't get around to watching it yet. So yeah, we could definitely watch that.
It says Soldier Boy.
Hmm.
Oh man, so it's funny because that what does that mean? That means you're gonna have levels of fathers and son baggage.
That's what it looks like.
Uh, Grandfather, father, son, all lined up basically,
Hmm.
and then Butcher trying to kill them all.
Yep.
Oh, that's gonna be. I mean, it's so funny because the show made me so happy at one point. I don't want to dive too far into it because I know we were talking about things, but it made me happy, and then as soon as you get happy, it takes you off a cliff. It
Yeah.
just it does it so well.
Hmm. I
I thought,
guess
yeah.
yeah. No, it definitely, yeah, that hard left it took at the very end. I was like, oh crap.
What you think about Starlight?
Um, I was happy she finally got it back together at the end. You know, I don't know what was going on with her powers most of the season.
Yeah, man, that
They-
that ending was off the damn
yeah.
chain.
Mhm.
I didn't see that coming.
After
Man,
yeah, after having Whiskey Dick of the powers basically the entire season.
that's exactly what happened. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna have
uh,
the shapeshifter get pregnant,
oh man, I would have flipped out if that happened.
so
I would have
Huey
been like,
impregnated the shapeshifter.
mhm.
That would be.
Oh man, I would have been like, holy crap, if that happened.
Oh man, that's
Hmm.
nuts. That's all the things that are going on. We're actually late because I was going through some of my comics because I wanted to
Hmm.
put Blood Hunt all in order. So I have all my Blood Hunts all around, and I'm trying to get them all, you know, so the story actually makes sense. Uh,
Hmm.
that's what we were doing, and I was building a shelf. So that's what it is. All right. Brandon says, "What's up with this Kite Man show?"
Haven't watched it yet.
Me either. I haven't had a chance to. I'm watching. I basically told everyone what I'm watching, but And now that Cobra Kai's out, that's my focus.
Oh yeah.
Have you had a chance to look at it yet?
Uh, Cobra Kai. I got through the first two episodes
Oh wow, okay.
at this point. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's something else
Um,
we could do maybe one day. Knock that out too.
mhm.
Even though because I also want to see Twisters, so I'm going to see Twisters. We're gonna have Cobra Kai. We're gonna have all these things at the same time. So
Yep. I think. Like I mentioned. I think I'm thinking tomorrow. I'm gonna go check out Twisters. Surprised by how many good things I'm hearing about it. Early on, I was like, huh. Oh, they're making like a sequel or a reboot or whatever it's supposed to be, or a continuation. And then I'm like, huh. But no, the reviews that I'm hearing are absolutely loving it. So it's kind of it's kind of getting me a little excited about it.
yeah, it might be because they took enough time between the two movies. Like it's legit, 25 years,
Mm-hmm.
between the two movies. So like it has its own time.
20, 28 years,
So it came out in 97. Was it
96.
96? Okay, 96. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's 28 years in. So it has enough time between it, so like it doesn't feel like a sequel. It feels like a continuation almost.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's going to be good that it can stand on its own on 2 feet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got Anzo in here. What up, guys? What's up, Anzo?
Onzo.
All right, we got Kevin said Universal Pictures Twisters will open decent at domestic box office. Debuted between 40 and 60 million. That's not bad at all. So
Mm-hmm.
Deadpool and Wolverine going to take away Twisters and Despicable Me 4's box office profits.
Oh, easily.
Deadpool and Wolverine is going to take everything away.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Yeah.
fact that Inside Out's still doing well. What is going on? I don't understand. It's still
Yeah.
making money.
Yeah. It's insane how much it's making.
So Despicable Me 4 is at $453 million.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Kung Fu Panda is at 545. This is Despicable Me beat Kung Fu Panda. And where do you think it stops?
Despicable Me.
Yeah. Where do you think that stops?
So at this point, it's in its second weekend.
Yep. But you also remember what's going on with Deadpool Wolverine coming out. But it is a
That's
kids
ex-
movie.
mhm.
So can it live the same place? I don't know.
I think it can. Um, I don't know, probably 150 million when all said and done.
So I yeah, I'm thinking it stops at 600 million now. I was
Mhm.
saying before 800. I think it stops at 600 million. I think that's where we
We're
get
oh
it
we're,
right
ta-
now.
we're are we
Or
talking about worldwide?
yeah, so worldwide, yeah. Because right now it's
Okay.
at domestically, it's at $230 million
Mhm.
domestically. So I could see 290 domestically.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Kevin says Despicable Me 4 box office total run
Mhm.
prediction is between 600 and 700 million.
Yeah, I was gonna say 500, but yeah, 600 reasonable too.
We got Anzo said, yeah, Cobra Kai was good. You saw the whole thing, Arianzo? Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
That is crazy.
I believe it. Cobra Kai, you can watch it pretty quickly. It's a pretty swift watch. 30-minute episodes. Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun. And
Mhm.
yeah, you can watch it quickly. I mean, I figured I was gonna watch it this weekend, but with all the finales, kind of was like, okay, I'll push it off a little bit.
Mhm.
And it's a Hit Monkey season 2 out, so I'm on that one also. Okay. Hit Monkey season 2.
Mhm.
You know anything about that?
I watched some of the first season and enjoyed it. I gotta finish it. Uh, I do remember. Yeah, I do remember being pretty entertained by the. I think I watched like the first 3 or 4 episodes. I think.
Oh, wow, it's
Mhm.
okay. Just came out now. I was like, I didn't hear anything about it, but apparently, yeah. So July 15th it came out,
Mhm.
so I'll be on that too, trying to watch as much as I can. That's on
Mhm.
Hulu, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see. So it's only 5 episodes. Oh, really? Well, I thought Hit Monkey was more than 5 episodes. What?
Mhm.
Oh, Cobra Kai's only 5 episodes. That's
Cobra
why.
Kai.
Cobra Kai's only 5 episodes. I got you. I got you. Got you. So
Yeah.
I can watch that
Or
in a sitting.
yeah. Remember they're breaking it up into 3 parts.
It's better than having to wait for 4 years for you to complete something.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think X-Men 97 is going to win for Best Animated TV Show at the Emmy telecast this year?
I I very much believe it could. I actually believe it could. I wholeheartedly agree that it could. It wasn't it was a very well made show. It didn't just bank on nostalgia. Like they really worked hard on that in all senses of the word. They didn't slack. I could see it winning. I could see it winning that Emmy. I sincerely could.
I thought about for Best Animated TV Show. I can't think of anything else
Hmm.
that could stand next to X-Men right now.
Yep.
I was trying
Same.
to rack my brain. And I was like, I don't know what else they could do. I think it has to win. I think it wins.
Hmm.
I think Remember It could win. I mean that, and the storylines were good. It was at least 10 episodes, so we don't have that 6 or 8 episode thing. So I mean, I think that's always a great thing in itself.
Hmm.
We got
Yep.
Danny in here. What up, fellas? What's up,
Hey,
Danny?
Danny, what's up, man?
Say, oh, it's 3 parts. I thought it was only two. 3 is good. So now 3 gives you 5, 5, and 5 gives you 15. So now the story actually does kind of flow together.
Hmm.
Am I the only one who missed the good old days? When you used to have 22, 23, 24, 26 episodes in the season.
Oh, I definitely miss it.
You get
Hmm.
multiple storylines going on in a season. Oh, man, I miss those days.
Hmm.
So if it does win, they should bring the creator back to keep the good stories going. Bo DeMayo's living his best life.
Yep.
He really is. He's out there shirtless in every picture he can be in, trying to show off with the guns and living his best life. Like I made that
Hmm.
at night X-Men 97. He has a t-shirt on. Yeah, I made X-Men 97.
Yep. I'm I really hope they rethink it about season 3. Just bring him back.
Well, I think season 2 we don't have to worry about because that was already pretty much done before he was fired, right?
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
season 2 should still be right there. When you have a new showrunner, I think that's always a problem, always a risk.
Hmm.
If you don't have a showrunner who's continuing the story, doesn't have the same vision, that could be a problem.
Yep. Hmm.
Danny says, "Blue Eyed Ninja is a contender for best animation." I've heard great things about Blue Eyed Ninja.
Hmm.
I
Same.
was just today. I was hearing a lot of people talking about that. not surprised, but I still don't think the nostalgia of X-Men 97 is what's going to get it over the top. At least for me.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's what I believe, yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see. Best limited series will win. Netflix Baby Reindeer could win. FX Fargo, Outside Chance, HBO True Detective with Jodie Foster. I didn't really
The
like
new
Baby
season of
Reindeer.
True. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, Baby Reindeer was okay. The new season of True Detective was all right. Um,
I mean, Jodie Foster's great, but
Jodie
yeah,
Foster's great. Yeah,
I don't know if it was
and
how
I think
entertaining it was.
yeah, and I think they really set the bar high for themselves when it came to True Detective. When it came to season one.
Or season 2, or season 3, because
Yeah,
all 3 of those seasons people are people's favorites. I prefer 2. I prefer 3, so yeah, big
you know, I'd
shoes.
have to. Yeah, I'd have to go back and revisit two because I remember absolutely loving season one, and then I remember watching season two and thinking it was fine. Um, I think my favorite thing about it was the cast, and then I thought season three was like a return to form. I thought what's his face? I thought Mahershala Ali and Steven Dorff were like really, really good in it. I thought like it was gonna like be the start of a career resurgence for Steven Dorff because I thought he was great on it. Um, and yeah, season four I thought was like fine. Thought it was all right.
I go season 1, season 3, season 2, season 4, like
I,
last. But I
I,
thought
I think
were
about the
good.
same. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say about the same.
Also says, no, I missed that too. Yeah, the 22, 26, those real episodes when you have multiple storylines. I missed that. I miss TV that way sometimes. It was the best way to
Hmm.
watch TV. Like I have all the Star Trek, the Next Generation seasons.
Hmm.
One season is like 5 discs because there's so much stuff going on. Like you don't get a season, you don't get shows like that anymore. They're all like
Hmm.
it reminds me like of a comic book. Now they're doing short runs. They're doing 5, 6 issue runs, and so they have multiple number one comic books. So like number one issues, um, Black Panthers 1-1, Basic Spider-Man number one, because now they do that's another storyline, Blood Hunt. So that's the number one that
Hmm.
so they make that money again. So people are wanting to get that first one again. And I feel like that's what they're doing with these seasons. They're not
Yeah.
letting these runs go long. So every time they have a new focus, it's got to be a new season.
Hmm.
I just miss the good old days personally. He was the supernatural. Uh, Kevin got it. Best comedy series will win FX. The Bear could win HBO's Hacks. HBO Hacks. The Bear should win. I'm actually in the middle. I've seen out 2 episodes, and it's still very high tense, high stress,
Hmm.
driving me nuts. But
Hmm.
I think it still wins. But
I
it's
still
not
don't know
comedy.
yeah, it's not it's far from a comedy. It's a dramedy at best.
I mean, I go maybe every once in a while, but that's definitely a drama.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I also
Yeah.
like the last installment of He-Man. I like that too, but I don't know if I like it the same as I like X-Men.
Hmm.
He-Man was good though.
Yeah. I like the He-Man revival as a whole.
I like
Um,
half of it.
mhm.
I like half of it. So like some of He-Man's been good. Some of it, like with that one in between, was not good. So
Hmm.
yeah, good thought, but gotta really hit it. And that's why X-Men is one of those things you hit.
Hmm. It was
Yeah,
so good.
it really was. Best drama series will win FX Shogun. Could win Netflix The Crown. I think Shogun wins
Hmm.
best drama series.
Hmm. Yeah, I think Shogun's pretty much the shoe in for that.
Yeah. New showrunner for X-Men 97 did Love and Thunder. I'm worried. Oh God. Are you
I
are
thought
you
he,
worried?
I, I thought he did What If. I didn't hear about him doing Love and Thunder. Maybe I overlooked that.
Oh, I mean,
Hmm.
I would also try to overlook it.
Yeah,
'Cause look,
I kind of feel like maybe Love and Thunder was a little bit of a different movie in the script in the scripting process until kind of YTD went like full YTD on steroids. I think it might have, I think there's kind of like glimmers of what could have been a good movie in there. So I guess we'll wait it out, but I'm crossing my fingers that Marvel comes to their senses and brings back Vodemeo.
but see, the problem is now that you've already tapped, was it Jake? Is that what is his name? Jake Castoreno?
Yeah,
Castorena?
something like that. Mike, I thought it was like Michael
Ma-
something, or maybe I'm
the new showrunner.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
Matthew Chauncey, I
Matt,
think, or Matthew something.
mhm.
So Chauncey, yeah. Okay, I see Chauncey.
Yeah, yeah. How do I sound? I had to pull out my old mic to get it going.
Mhm.
Annoying ass shit.
You sound just fine.
Okay. But yeah, when I looked him up, he had done What If, mostly What If. He did do Love and Thunder, but I
Yeah.
know he did a few episodes. And I think the Star-Lord T'Challa one was one of the episodes he wrote for. So,
Mhm.
that was a good episode. And then I think he was a showrunner for season 3 or 2 for What If. I
Mhm.
forgot which
Yeah, season 2.
season.
It says season 2.
Season 2.
Has it been a season 3?
No, I think that wasn't season 3 coming out, or has it been? Was it season 3? No,
No,
there's
I
only
think it's
2
only been
seasons,
2.
right?
What if, yeah.
Yeah. I thought are they doing it? They're doing another one, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
That's
So
just
he might have been that one, but not sure. Because at first I thought he worked on X-Men 97. That's what I heard from somebody, that they're replacing DeMeo with another dude who
Mhm.
was
worked
working
with.
under DeMeo, but
Mhm.
I don't think they are.
It's
So
probably because they're all loyal to DeMeo, and
I
it's
mean,
hard to get one. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Until I know, I hate when they fire people and they don't let us know. Um I want to know. I want to know why. Then the big thing, like recent, is like the Dr. Disrespect thing. He was let go
Mhm.
like 4 years ago from Twitch. Never knew why, blah blah blah. And then you find out all the effed up stuff he was doing. And I was like, why didn't that come out years ago? Like, that's not somebody I want to support, you know what I mean? So it's like, I want to know
Mhm.
what DeMeo did and kind of make my own judgment of, should he have been fired or not. Like, you can still keep him fired, but then at least you'll have people saying, yeah, you made the right call, or no, you fucked up, you know?
Mhm.
I just don't think they care about that as much as it's about money making. So if it makes me money, then I really gotta keep this guy. And if it's not gonna make me money, or it's going to possibly cost me money, then I gotta make a change.
I mean, X-Men 97 was one of the highest, if not the highest, Disney Plus show, like,
Yeah,
ever,
sure,
Mhm.
sure.
you
But
know?
then what he did cost them money, if you find out that what
Oh,
he
like
did
what
was
he
going
did.
to cost them money, then they cut ties. If they
Yeah.
think that
Well,
that
that's why
positive.
I want to know what it is, because if it's him making an OnlyFans, whatever, then you can tell him, like, oh, you need to stop that shit and whatever. You can figure that out. If he's like wasting money, I'm kind of curious to, like, what exactly he would do to be considered like a financial risk, you know,
Mhm.
because I mean, he's gotten him an Emmy so far. from a show. You know, I mean, it's the highest rated thing. People were getting Disney Plus to watch this stupid show. So, you know, I mean, he was
Hey,
making a money.
don't call
Not
stupid.
stupid show. Yeah, it was a great show. Yeah, yeah.
Hurt my feelings a second. In the background. What up, Drew? Hey, everyone, what's
Drew.
up? Says, who do you think is the best hero and villain character in the Fast and Furious franchise?
Mhm.
But
Vin
Best
Diesel.
villain. Well, he's both the villain.
He's both.
and
Yeah,
hero.
yeah, he's the driving force behind these getting made. Get more and more of them getting made.
Yeah, yeah. But best villain.
Plus, we the I think the biggest villain is we the audience. We keep paying for these movies.
we're the real bad guys for keep supporting it.
Yeah, motivating them to keep making more.
Yeah. Yeah. But the best villain was Momoa from the last one. He was by far the best villain of all 10, right?
Yeah.
I think Shaw was a great villain, but then they changed it to a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a pretty he was a pretty good villain, I thought.
Wait, which one's The Rock? Is he Hobbs or is he Shaw? I forget which one.
He's Hobbs.
He's Hobbs, okay.
The Rock's Hobbs, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said Shaw. You know.
Yeah. He was a good villain. Yeah, because he killed somebody. Well, until he came back to life, but yeah, he was
killed somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hobbs was. I thought Hobbs was such a badass character in Fast 5. I thought he was a pretty cool breath of fresh air. He was kind of like what the franchise needed.
Mm-hmm.
He was winning, and then what did they do? We can't beat you, so we're gonna make you join us. What?
Yeah.
But that was when it started getting good again. Was Fast 5? Well, good as in.
Yeah.
That's very subjective, but yeah, it started getting. I think it started becoming what it is that we know and love it today.
Yeah, because that's when they really started leaning into the ridiculousness of it, and it sets the tone straight away when a friggin' Charger is able to flip a prison bus 20 times and no one dies. So at that point,
yeah, 100%. Or the fact that Dom was able to jump with his car and catch somebody, and the car still stays together. Like, I don't understand how you able to
make Tarzan swing from cliff to cliff, or able to redirect a freaking was like a missile, underwater missile. I'm having a brain fart, whatever.
When the Rock does that with his bare hands,
I'm like, okay. Oh, Danny's saying Idris Elba. Idris Elba was a great villain for the Hobbs and Shaw. He was really good.
It's Hobbs and Shaw, so I don't know if I went Fantastic Four, Fast and Furious. That's my only problem. Like, I think that it was Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic. Oh my god, Fast and Furious show but it definitely wasn't Fast and Furious. It only had those two guys.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Idris Elba. They find a way to bring him back, which I mean that they do it all the time. Bring him back into the main story. Like, I think that'd be really cool. I would like that.
Yeah,
bring him together with multiple villains.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could do it. Nobody dies in these movies,
except for Gal.
Exactly.
She showed up at the end of Fast X.
Did she?
Remember? Yeah, she rescues Charlize Theron and Michelle Rodriguez in the submarine.
Yeah. Shit.
I'll never forget the audience reaction when that happened at the end of Fast X.
How?
Like, seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. Dead. No one stayed dead.
Yeah, they could bring back Idris Elba and all the villains and stuff like that, because mainly because
Doom. Do it like a Legion of Doom, and they all come together.
Definitely, because Fast X wanted to be Infinity War so badly, and so they're clearly trying to set up the next one to basically be the end game to the franchise. now that they're saying they're only going to do one more, as far as I know, because originally Vin Diesel was saying it was going to be like this big grandiose 3-parter, and they were going to do the spin-off with The Rock and Jason Momoa, and now they basically whittled all that down to apparently they're just going to do just the one more.
Yeah, that's what I heard. And then they're going to do a spin-off, though, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Like an all-woman spin-off, I think that's what they were saying.
Yeah, like an all-woman spin-off, and then like another one about the Toretto family. Like,
Okay.
dude.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Mm.
That didn't make sense.
Does any of it? Does
Nah.
any of the space make sense? Do they became international spies when their street races make sense?
Yeah. They were international spy, or not international spies. They were they were thieves who just hijacked electronics and DVD players and stuff like that. They go from that, to outlaws. Okay, I'll buy that. I'll buy them being like fugitives from the law, stuff like that. Even though Paul Walker's character, let a notorious criminal like walk. Okay, I'll buy that he was reinstated into the FBI to an extent. I'll kind of buy that. But then they go from that to being fugitives again, to basically being Ocean's 11, to essentially being. They go from being Ocean's 11 to basically being the A Team, and then they go from being the A Team to more or less the Avengers at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
go through them all. Go through all like the crazy over the top superheroes. So
yeah, so I'm not sure what comes after the Avengers at this point.
Secret invasion. So they're going to invade an alien planet. They're going to fly in Dom's car, right,
mm-hmm.
to another alien planet, and then like he's literally going to invade that planet and then make them his family, and then that family is going to come to Earth too. We're all going to live here, one big happy family. It's happening, and then we're going to find out that was pitch black.
It's really Riddick.
It all comes together.
That's funny.
That was a lot. Let's see. All right. Have you read the Hulk story where Red Hulk is beating the Hulk on a regular basis? So he goes to Iron Fist and learns Kung Fu and then defeats Red Hulk?
I haven't.
That sounds awesome, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. Read it. I was shocked.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Xavier came in and said, "What's up, Spoiler Kings? Just popping in real quick to say thanks again for my Nightcrawler." No. Yeah. That's big. Glad you got it.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you being like part of the channel. I know Mike got his. I know Tony got his. So all you guys, appreciate you guys being like members and subscribers and coming and hanging out with us and stuff like that. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Brian for for buying doubles of everything. Yeah.
Speaking of buying something, I'll show him Brandon.
Ooh, I like
dope,
that.
Right?
I like that.
Came
one.
in just today, so
nice.
I was in the middle of building a shelf when we got jumped on. So
another shelf. Where'd you get that one from? Again?
I can't remember. It's a website my wife found, and I was like, "Oh," she was like, "Hey, do you want this?" I was like, "Cool." She bought it like 4 months ago, so
oh damn,
she bought that and then bought another a Logan one, but that doesn't come into February.
Like they must be like pre-orders.
It was a pre-order, yeah.
Hanzo got it too. They got mine too.
Oh, he got mine. He got his. He get for
stuff. Yeah. I thought you got that cycle up. Yeah, you got your stuff too. Yeah. Appreciate it. I think it actually came pretty quick. Being in Canada.
Hey, me and my wife were talking about going to Montreal, trying to because I love Canada personally. Especially in the summertime. Oh, so good, so nice. So yeah, show them what real what real problems are. Come down to the United States. See real problems. We got real ones.
Yeah.
We got Derpy in the house. Good evening,
Derp.
gentlemen. It has come to my attention that season 6 of Cobra Kai is the best season already. Part 1 has been released and watched. All I can say is see you in November.
Damn.
You watched it all, Derpy, already?
I'm not
That's
even
not- I
mad
mean,
at it. I love that.
Yeah, I figured that's what 5 episodes, right? So like
Yeah,
a
so
little
it's
less
like
than
what
5
2.5
hours.
hours. It's not even. It's aren't they like 30-minute?
Are they 30-minute episodes? Oh damn. Yeah, then that's only like a movie then. That's not too bad.
One quick sitting.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that. That's on my watch list this weekend. Is Cobra Kai and the Supercell. Because I did hear you guys talk about.
That's what I said.
reviewing
Supercell.
it, so.
On Monday,
yeah.
I want to talk about Supercell because I think it deserves it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And doesn't have to be long. I mean, just 20, 25 minutes of it. I think that
Yeah.
it deserves that type of time.
Yeah, we could do a season review for it.
So you should come. I love Toronto. I love Windsor. I love drive. I actually like driving in Canada. It was cool. It's so much. Everything's different, So I can't. I'm not gonna bring the Tesla, but I'll drive another car. I need gas. Just go somewhere I don't know I'm going. You're
Did
not
you buy
ready.
the heater?
That's all I'm saying.
The battery heater for your Tesla?
So when you put in a charging location, it automatically preps your battery by heating up your battery.
Oh, nice.
So it does it, but you have to put it in. If you never don't put it in, it won't do it.
Yeah.
So that's what people make mistakes. They charge it in their garage and they don't heat their battery. You can do it. I can do it from my phone, like prepping it and then getting it ready to do it.
Nice. You're not ready.
I'm
I'm super excited. I'm super excited about part of me is kind of more pissed off. I was like, after watching Acolyte, I was like, I should have watched fucking Cobra Kai. That would have been a better time, a better use of my time.
Oh, well, apparently I just had a blackout. So give me 3 minutes and then we can get started on the next review.
Uh-oh.
Give me 3 minutes real quick.
All right, go ahead. Bring him down. Oh, shit. Yeah. So not at his house, obviously. I'm assuming it's at work or something. One of his jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's still a lot of places out by me. I don't know if there's any in the city that are still dealing with power outages.
No, everything else has been like up and running around here.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, at one point I think like it flickered out like briefly over here when the storm was happening the other night, but no. Sorry. Yeah, everything has been completely normal around here.
Yeah, that's good. And Derby said, I choose not to watch the Acolyte. That might be the best. That might be the best.
You're a smarter person than we were.
Yeah. I mean, stick around. I mean, if you don't plan on watching it, we're gonna talk about the finale and then give a rating for the entire season. Yeah. That last episode kind of irked me. On a few different things too. On a few different things. It wasn't just like one thing. It was a bunch of things. I'm like, really? Yeah, really? And then it was just like, it was like I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. Brian said everything is here is back on. Yeah, because he was out without power for a while. How long did it last? Was it just a night? Yeah, because I think there was somewhere by my job that was still dealing with it. So, I know the big reveal. I'm not impressed. That's only one of the things I was super pissed off. There's a bunch of other things. It's like, not only are you going against the lore from EU, which I know like Anzo, we had the thing is like whether you believe it's fake or not, you're going against that. You're going against lore set up in the George Lucas prequels, and then you're also
Mhm.
going against lore that Disney Star Wars has made. It's like you
Yeah,
just don't
like
give a shit about anything at that
mhm.
point. Yeah, were you gonna say something?
No, I was saying, no, I felt the same exact way. I was like, seriously, like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing and why? I didn't even understand.
Yeah. And I'm not too much of a stickler for like some of the smaller details of lore. It's like you can write your ways out of certain things, but it's like, but just to completely ignore stuff that happened decades ago, not too long ago, and like years ago, like I don't get it.
Mhm.
It was frustrating. frustrating. Brandon said mine was out into the next day. My mom was out until yesterday.
Mhm.
Yeah. Luckily it wasn't too hot. I don't think. Yesterday was pretty nice. Today was not too bad either.
Mhm.
But yeah. There were rumors of Disney remaking the OG trilogy. Maybe that's what they're doing. They better not. Don't do that.
No, don't
do that.
don't do that. Don't do that.
No.
Leave well enough alone.
Yeah. Just the best thing Disney can do with Star Wars right now is go way in the future or way in the past.
Mhm.
I literally said that. I was like, 500 years in the future or 300 years in the past.
Now, I would even go further in the past, man. Go like
2000.
I mean, maybe like close to 1,000. You can go like early Jedi, like or something like that. Early like Sith. I got those too.
I was like, might as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then might be TMI, but my poop was like a weird color for a couple days after from all that food dye. like,
May the
a
force
lot.
be with you.
Yeah.
The force to get in.
I can care less what Disney does with Star Wars. Some of it's not bad though. Some of it's not bad. Like Mando was pretty good.
Mhm. Yeah, Mando was good.
We should get into this. Let's talk about this now because
Yeah.
I want to
Okay.
talk about. It's not all bad. Even what we just saw, there's parts of it that make sense. I think I understand where they're going. They just do a terrible job with it.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch Andor and appreciate it, like Brian. I appreciate the writing. The writing is way better. The acting's way better. I mean,
I do
go with that.
appreciate Andor. When I'm having insomnia and I can't go to sleep, I put on the episode of Andor. Hey man, I'm out like a light. It's crazy.
Go out. Parents said it's
So,
a long time ago, but somehow it's still set in the future. I mean, that's kind of like the cool thing. It's like in a long time ago in a galaxy far away. So it's like it's not our future, but it could be somebody else, like another galaxy's past type of thing. So that's why I kind of liked it. Real quick, Matt said, if the X-Men show up in Deadpool and Wolverine, imagine they play the X-Men 97 theme when they show up. Oh, 100%.
They're not going to, they're going to commission me to go. That would be awesome.
Yeah. I can.
It would be
The over-under that. So one, we'll do the over-under that song plays. And then the over-under of Deadpool singing that
Humming
song.
it. I 100% think Ryan Reynolds would do
it. Like he sees Wolverine, like the claws pop out, and he gets all excited, and he's starts doing it. I can see him doing it.
He's like in the background as Wolverine's about to fight another Wolverine, and he's just like, I can see it.
I could see it. I could see it. Because I doubt it. I mean, they did it in Miss Marvel. Like the song already showed up in the MCU. So
yeah, twice. Miss Marvel, Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange? When they do it?
Yeah, when the professor when Doctor Strange meets the Illuminati.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, and Professor X rolls up.
Yeah. So yeah, I can see it. If they start showing like a few X-Men or something like that, I can see them doing like, the money shot with all of them standing there and then the music in the background. And then they all like blow up or something stupid. But all right, yeah, let's get into this Acolyte, and then I really want to talk about the boys.
Yeah, let's hurry up and get through
Okay.
this.
Yeah. So I figure we'll talk about the episode, and then at the end we'll just do our rating for the season. And that'd be really really quick. Dude, that quick. You sure I sound good? I don't sound like too distorted or low or high or whatever.
You don't sound distorted at all.
Okay.
I
No
think so.
background noise or anything. Because I got no filters on right now, which like I'm worried. I got the StreamYard filters in.
Sound just fine. Trust me.
All right. Oh, I did want to make something. I'm not gonna be able to, but before we go live, I wanted to put the song "So I Creep" with the picture of like Plagueis coming around the corner.
Plagueis. Oh man,
that's what he is now. He's not Plagueis the Wise. He's Plagueis the Creeper. All right, let's get it. All right, what is up? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer with Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we're going to discuss the season finale. My bad.
Okay.
That was my cat. My cat's like, do it again. All right.
Take two.
Take two. Let's try one more time. All right. Try it again. Let's pick up from right there. What is up? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer with Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we're going to talk about the season finale of the Acolyte, the much anticipated finale, so we don't have to watch this thing anymore. Yeah. So, if you like it, I'm gonna do it after. If you like it, I'm glad for you. I'm jealous that you do like it. I love Star Wars, and and I wish I liked it as much as you guys did.
I mean,
that being said,
Screen Crush loves it.
Really?
Loves it.
I've been watching stuff. Damn.
Yeah. He loves it. He's like, "Oh, this is the best thing we got from Star Wars ever." Like,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
That's interesting. So, I mean, like you said, like, you might pull something from it differently than other people. So, I'm legit being like legitimate. I'm not being like, sarcastic. Like, I am actually happy that you guys are enjoying it. But we all have our opinions here. We're going to talk about this episode, and then towards the end, we're going to do the whole rating for the entire season. But with that being said, Brandman, what you like about it, anything you hate about it? How'd you feel about the ending?
I appreciated the fact that they went for like a story that was a little smaller. I appreciated that because we're used to these kind of grand scale stories in the galaxy far, far away. So it was nice to see, for a change, something that was a little more contained. I thought that the actors, despite what we think about the quality of the show, I think like most of the main actors really gave it, did the best they could. They really put everything they had into it in that regard. I really liked the fight choreography, the lightsaber battles, stuff like that. I thought, I thought that was really where the show shined. That was probably one of the things that that was one of the few things that really managed to hook my attention with this show. So I liked what they were going for, I guess, hypothetically, in terms of the story. I think, am I talking about only what I did like at this point?
You can kind of get into both.
Okay. Yeah, I think where they went wrong is really by the time it ended, I just felt nothing. Even in the Star Wars content I dislike, I've at least walked away with a decision whether or not I liked it. I felt something at least. This just made me feel hollow. felt empty by the time I watched it. It was one big nothing burger of a show to me. You know, one other absolute that I will say, I did kind of appreciate the fact that the Jedi were kind of portrayed as antagonists to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of cool to show that other side of the Jedi. That is one absolute that I will deal in. Star Wars reference for those who didn't pick it up.
Yep.
But yeah, so I did like that. I did like the idea that sometimes the Jedi aren't as right as they think they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say it did kind of gain a little bit of traction during the last 3 episodes. I think that's kind of where, I think it kind of stepped its game up a little bit. But at that point, it was almost too little, too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just, I was just very like, by the time it ended, like I was just like, oh, okay, that happened. I watched that.
Yeah.
What
else is on TV?
Yeah, and it had some cool characters like Carrie Ann Moss's character, Daphne Keene's character. I was expecting more. That girl's got a lot of like kind of street cred in the geek world with Marvel. With Logan, like with his Dark Instruments or his Dark Materials. I'm sorry. So I was, they were bigging her up like she was going to be this big vital part, and then they off her early on. It just. It just wasted a lot of good potential, I thought. But yeah, overall, I was just very like, okay, what can I watch next after I was finished with it?
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Brian. What about you? Oh, real quick, Derpy said this show is just real bad fan fiction, which I've heard that a lot. And Travis said the Acolyte for me just got better and better after episode 3. Overall, I think it's better than Obi-Wan and probably Boba Fett. So
okay. What's up, Travis?
I respect that. Yeah, appreciate you being here, Travis and Derpy.
Right.
Okay, so the goods. That last lightsaber fight between Soul and Kamir was great. I enjoyed their lightsaber fight. I enjoyed some of the stuff they did. I questioned though, but it brought up more questions for me. So Soul can float down using the Force, right? But he can't hold 2 girls up with using the Force. So I mean, just little things like that. Like it just didn't make sense. But I think they did a great job with the wire. A lot of the stuff that they're doing, the hand-to-hand combat, having a long and a short, lightsaber. I mean, the concept it makes sense because it's Japanese, right? That's what you do, when you're talking about if you guys are into that type of lore. I mean, so it is that way, and I understand why they're doing this, and I think they hit a lot of details well. They really do. Things that they want to hit, they really do hit. And they have some stuff that looks really cool. Then they had like maybe 12 or 13 storylines that needed to end in this episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
They ended like 4. And if there's no season 2, you're gonna be like, so there's 8 open storylines that we have no idea what the hell's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the point where it seems like I always was under the impression that one of the biggest things were the Jedi don't lie.
Mm-hmm.
And then every Jedi in this damn show has lied. Every single
one. Yeah.
Like, and then they bring in Yoda at the end. So now Yoda knows what happened and he's in on the lie too. So the Master Jedi that we've all grown up with is in on the lie too. So understands that. So he lied too. So like, what the hell? It's just that really, really bothers me.
Yeah. It just made the Jedi look like assholes.
It's even worse. Like you don't deserve to do what you're doing. So I think that was, just really, really bad. The OSHA thing, Kabir, like you saw that coming. They really telegraphed that thing.
Mhm.
And then the mind, even the mind wipe bothered me. You wiped your mind all the way from she's 8. This is the first time. What? They could do those things? They can wipe someone's mind to the 8 that's strong in the mind, that's actually used the force. They can wipe their mind to the what? When did this
Mhm.
when did this happen? I don't understand when this stuff was ever
Mhm.
said that this was possible. But Darth Plagueis, seeing Darth Plagueis on the planet, just around the corner with his finger, like that was weird. It was just very
And out of nowhere.
cringy for no
Oh.
reason. There was no reason. So, like, I'm watching it, and it's not like I hate the episode, because there's some good parts of the episode. There really are
Mhm.
some good,
Mhm.
cool, quality things. It was a terrible finale, and they just left everything open, and they just threw random crap against the wall, and they didn't want to see if
Mhm.
anyone complains about it. And I just it bothers me. It really bothers
Mhm.
me.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just my feelings.
Yeah. But I think when it was finished, I messaged you guys where I was like, it was an okay episode and a horrible finale. If this was like an episode in the middle, or maybe if like this was like the third to last episode,
Mhm.
then I'm like, oh, cool. Now you're gonna get some cool shit, but it just ends, like you said, it didn't feel like a season finale. It felt like somewhere in the middle, like the shit was gonna really start,
Yep,
and then we got nowhere with it, and that's not just a Star Wars thing. That's a Disney Plus thing.
that's a
They're
Disney Plus
all
thing.
so many of them do that, and I don't know why they do that. It's super annoying. Um, the fight at the end was cool. I didn't hate it. I love it as much as some other people. I don't hate it because I see a lot of hate from it. It was
Mhm.
cool. I'm like, cool. They did the little, you know, very stereotypical trope where one's falling, then when it's like, in slow mo or whatever it was doing.
But I don't even know if
Okay,
it's slow mo, because I think he used the force to slow himself down. But if you're
what?
that good at it, then
Mhm.
what the
Yeah.
hell was the point?
See, but
Like,
then Quimir, whatever, he was like slow too. Right? Like, I don't know. I would have to watch it again, but I mean, that was a cool shot. Don't get me wrong. However, it was.
does
Like
anyone
there
else
was
notice
like,
that Quimir looked like he was fighting blind?
well, yeah. I mean, then isn't that
Yeah.
what they kind of
So anytime he
like,
puts the helmet on, it's like,
yeah,
yeah, he's actually
like you can't
fighting
see.
soul blind.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, you know. So, and I guess that's like probably better for him, right? He's like, oh, I'd rather fight blind than you have an opportunity to peek around in my head.
Yep.
Which I'm like, that's cool. I like that. Like he's that much of a badass. And it was like, I didn't mind him. I thought he was one of the coolest, if not the coolest
He was.
thing in the show.
Mhm.
Smilo Ren was super cool. I think technically his technical name is the Stranger.
Yeah,
That's
stranger.
Quimir,
Quimir.
but Quimir, or but I don't even know if that's his real name. That could have been just his fake name he used. But everyone, that's Milo Ren. Yeah, it was just when she's wearing was it May? No, Osha's wearing the helmet in the beginning, and like she like turns her head and then like starts messing up everything around him. It was like, okay, cool, and then they don't do anything with it. It just ends. Just take off the mask and yeah, let's pretend that didn't happen. It was like it just man, the everything, the Plagueis thing I thought was shoehorned in, and then not only that, so Plagueis is one of the most important Sith Lords almost of all time. Like he's the one that helped
Mhm.
create Anakin, right? You're already changing that story, which I remember saying, to Big Ford and other people, I was like, I'm gonna wait till the end to see if they explain it away. They
They
pretty
did.
much told you flat out, like they used the Force to create this kid, and
Yes.
they split the kid into two.
Well, okay, even more. So the thing that they said, that little rhyme thing that they're saying, is
Yeah.
the spell that she used to
Used to
create
make
them.
her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
what. I don't know where we got this from. It was the damn spell that she used to create them, to split
Yeah.
split the one person into two.
Yeah. Yeah. So And so I was waiting for it, but then they just flat out Soul flat out tells them like this is what happens. Like, okay, cool. So now you guys are the first. You guys are the chosen ones or whatever. So you kind of take that away. But then you throw in Plagueis, and then you throw in Plagueis for the first time in Star Wars on screen in a TV show. And it's not even, you don't set it up, you don't do anything, you just have him creep around a corner. I don't care about age. You can change age, you can change birth dates. That's all whatever. That's all little things that you can write yourself out in the future. But to show this character, being shown in it, it's like going to the MCU or something like that. Like, oh, cool. Hey, we're gonna introduce the X-Men in like, I don't know, fucking what was the Secret Invasion? It was like, you mean to tell me you're gonna give us the new Wolverine and the new Cyclops in a Secret Invasion Disney Plus show? That's stupid.
No, it's more like they just walked out like, "Hey guys, you need help?" Like they've been there the whole time.
Yeah, but then it's like, but you show the guy, and then what was he living there? Why was he there? Was he training Quimir, or was
Is he the master? Is he
why?
the master? Yeah.
Why was he there? I assumed that island that they were living on was kind of deserted, right? I mean, so you just have this dude creep out for no reason. And then even as a non-Star Wars fan, are there people that are like, who's that?
Yeah.
So now it's like,
everyone
so now you
have no
piss
clue.
off the people who know the lore, and then you confuse the people who don't know the lore. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people who are like, who's the creepy dude with the fingernails? And like, you don't explain anything. You have to explain shit. Like, that's basic fucking storytelling. That's what I had issues with.
Have they
with
ever
Last
explained
Jedi.
anything?
Oh man, it's like you don't have to like spoon feed us things, but you have to at least leave a bread trail, something, so we can get to the place you want us to get to understand. They didn't do that.
Or you could have one scene before have Quimir say, "Yes, master, I will go to her."
Yeah, something. Even at the very, very end. Say if you never seen Star Wars and this is the first thing you don't know anything about Star Wars, you knew Yoda was somebody important, because at the end she's like, "Oh, master, blah blah blah," and she's like, bowing down to him and shit. So you're like, "Oh, that little green dude with the ears is somebody really important," that little teeny bit of dialogue explains it away. This is just a dude coming around the corner. You're like, "Hey, what's up with Creepo over there?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, no, he's actually one of the best Sith Lords of all time." Like, what?
One of the greatest users of the Force, and he is awesome in every way.
Yeah.
And if he'd ever wanted to fall asleep, he probably would still be alive now.
Yeah. And I remember telling you guys, I was like, he's not Plagueis the Wise anymore. He's Plagueis the Creep. Because he's just hiding behind corners and shit. So so there's that. Yeah, there's that. The Yoda thing at the end, I didn't mind it as much, that the actual showing. I just thought it was stupid that you have a senator running around and knowing what's going on. Hey, I heard some Jedi are killing people, and I heard it is somebody who knows how to use the Force and blah blah blah. So this politician knows, but yet the High Council doesn't know. Or they're choosing to ignore it.
I think the High Council promised, because this is about Jedi not lying again. They promised that if anything came up, they would go to the Senate with what's going on, and they'll at least let them know what's happening. And that's why Vanestra made the decision that she's not going to tell the High Council, and that's why she could tell Master Yoda, because he technically wasn't on the High Council at the time.
Well,
so she's doing her.
She goes to him. She's like, it seems like she's the highest ranking Jedi person in the show, and then she goes to Yoda at the end and like bows down to him. So I was like, so he's like,
he's a master, but he might not be on the council.
I mean, they didn't even show the freaking council, first of all, but I'm assuming this is only being less than 100 years from Phantom Menace. Like he's on the council. Like,
I think he's the one that makes all the rules. That tightens the Jedi up.
I think all that Like, it sounds good. I don't think they're good. I don't think they're smart enough to think that what they're gonna do. You know, they know that's like a good, like, oh shit was bad back then. I redid it. And, you know, like, yeah, cool. You can explain that. I don't think they're gonna do that. Just because that seems too smart for the show.
That's too much like right.
Yeah, you know, and the Venestra, like the whole, like, as soon as she walks off the planet, she senses, you know, Smilo Ren. And it was like, what?
As soon as he had the
Like,
helmet off, she knew immediately. But
yeah,
no one else knew. No one else. But they didn't even do the hyperspace thing when she has her visions in hyperspace. They didn't even they set that whole thing up, right? Said, "Oh, I feel uneasy. I don't like this again. It's my head. It
yeah,
hurts every time I
yeah.
do it."
She gets
And they
nauseous
set
and
that
shit.
up, and they never jumped into it. And if
No,
you watched any of this stuff before, you know Vanessa is one. She always gives those
2
visions when they're
episodes.
going. Like, why
They
would
they
you
they
set it up
brought
and
that up.
never say it?
They
Never do
brought it up
anything with
in
it.
2 episodes. They brought it up. They twice. 2 different people brought it up too. You know, you had her little, you know, goofball Jedi friend, you know, that was helping her, you know, and then you had the politician. They
Yeah.
all like, oh, hey, I heard you get nauseous. I heard you get sick. And then they don't show anything about her getting sick in hyper. It's like, why? Why did you have these people bring this up and then not show any payoff to it or whatever? What?
I
None.
think it was just the idea to connect it to stuff that we know that she has her visions, and that she's going to be the one that talks about the whole prophecy. She's going to be the one that finds you're the one. You know, there's going to be one that's born that brings balance to the force. She's going to be the one that has that vision, and I think
Yeah,
they're planning
I
for a
don't know.
season 2, and I think that's why they did.
Yeah, they are. And she was a bad actress. Just in the green makeup, like you walked
Yeah,
around like uncomfortable. I was like,
yeah,
you know, I just didn't. I Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
Just
What a just stilted, just beyond wooden performance.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
You know, like
Can you imagine if Carrie
it's
Ann Moss was that character and could have gave us more?
Like actual acting.
mhm.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't want to say it never happens in Hollywood because it happens all the time, but she is married to what's her name? Headley, the
Yeah,
showrunner.
yeah.
John Blank. That's her. That's her wife.
Leslie
So
Headley,
Leslie
Headley.
Headley.
Yeah.
Headland. Yeah. So
Carrie Ann Moss's.
no.
Oh,
Venestra,
Rebecca
That's
Henderson.
what I
that
thought.
green chick. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Because she was also in Russian Doll too. So surprise,
Yeah.
surprise. Yeah. So yeah, is this, you know, I just had so many issues like with it. And maybe I wouldn't have so many issues with it if you had a couple more. That's why I was like, if you had a couple more episodes to get into some of the things, you know, like you bled a crystal.
that was
You're
actually a
the
cool
first
idea.
person. Well, they do it in the fucking comic books.
Yes.
It took Darth Vader like a few days and sitting and really trying to bleed the crystal. You know, like he had to go through a bunch of mental battles to bleed his crystal. She just squeeze it hard and just get really mad. It's like they're really showing you like, oh, she's really the chosen one. She's
Yeah,
stronger
she's
than Vader.
powerful, way
Mhm.
more powerful than anyone that you've ever seen, and that does mess up all the lore that we've ever heard. So,
Yeah,
wow.
you know, I mean, Vader is the strongest person probably ever to exist in Star Wars. Just because his
Mhm.
M count was super high, all that stuff. You know, and they bring her in and they're already like no, she could bleed a crystal without even trying. Like what? I mean, I did like when she turned on the lightsaber and it was like
And then
kind
you
of
seen it,
still
but you seen
turning.
it bleed and seeing it going from Jedi to Sith. Like it's almost like you
Sith.
saw the
Yeah,
Mhm.
transformation. So I thought that was a great idea and showing the crystals and understanding what the crystals and talk about it bleeding. And that's how you become a Sith Lord. So seeing it on TV was great. Seeing it happen in 3 minutes was terrible.
yeah, yeah. And she did it without even knowing or trying. That was the problem I
Mhm.
had, you know. Because that's a new thing. That's a thing I believe a Disney Plus or Disney thing where the crystals have like personalities, you know,
Mhm.
and you can bleed a crystal. Because before the red crystals were were fake. They were synthetic. I was trying to think of the word. They were synthetic, you know. Now they did the bleeding, which I like that. I like that. I like having, you know, the Sith Lord, you know, bleed the crystal and shit like that, because that makes Ahsoka even cooler, because when she has her white lightsabers, is she repairs a two red ones.
Yep.
So she kind of like fixed it. So I'm like, that's awesome. I can't wait. And I hope they show it, but I don't know at this point, you know. So I mean, yeah. So there's just, you know, just her turning full evil. I believe, I could be wrong, she's the first person to ever force choke and kill a person from a force choke.
But I mean,
On
they've
screen.
been setting that up from the get go, talking about you have to kill a Jedi without your
A
lightsaber.
weapon.
That's how you become a
Without a
Sith.
weapon.
Yeah, without a
Yeah.
weapon, you can't. You have to do it, and that's she was the first one to finally do that.
Yeah. So
And Soul
yeah.
is so powerful that he's able to like slow down and do all this other stuff, but he gets force choked out.
Yeah. By his Padawan. Yeah. You know, and I mean, maybe he allowed it. Maybe he was like, yeah, I deserve it. You can kill me. You know, I'll give him that. I'll give him that. Maybe he was kind of okay with it. But
Were you surprised that Soul was still thinking he did the right thing?
yeah.
He
I mean, I was
still
surprised
thought
that from day one, when everyone else was around him, like, hey, let's not do this. Like
we
all the
need to
high up
cover this
people, like,
up.
no.
We
Yeah.
need to cover this up, and he's still saying, "No, I did the right thing."
Yeah. Yeah. You legit I mean, one, you already kind of made it seem shady that the Jedi taking babies, but then you like legit like kidnap somebody. Like, yeah. Yeah. You know, yeah, man, it's just there's some, but then like, so I know, like Brian, you said like what makes Star Wars, you know, with like something like Andor, right? Why you don't like Andor? Even for me, a more basic level is Star Wars is good versus evil. Bad, good guys, they fight. You know, super basic, nothing crazy. Now they're starting to put all these like, well, they're hiding stuff and they're doing this. They're making the Jedi, and I know Brandman, you said you kind of liked it. I don't like that. I don't want to see the Jedi be shady, you know, because they shouldn't be. They because they should be pretentious. I could see that, because they think they're better than everyone else, because they don't lie, because they don't do the bad things. So I can see that they think like their shit don't smell. Like, if you want to make them like that, if you want to make them super pretentious, that seems interesting. But making them like, oh no, they actually do mess up shit, is like, well then,
But they
like,
do have problems in the Old Republic, so like it's not like they've never, had issues. They've even touched the dark side and come back. That's how
yeah,
you
I mean,
see it.
Revan, you know, but that's the thing. It was like Revan was good guy until he became bad. Then he was a bad guy, but then he became good again. He wasn't like going back and forth between like, oh well, I'm doing bad stuff and doing good stuff. Like, you're either bad or you're good, you know. So I mean, if you want to flip flop every so often, even Luke kind of becomes bad a little bit in the EU. You know, but yeah.
I mean, I think it's
Sorry, I'm
idea
like
they're
ranting.
trying to keep it as like bring gray Jedi in, you know, and
Which,
and shades of gray. So you're not dark, you're not light, but you're in the middle, just like everybody else.
which
Then
is
if you're
fine. I don't
everybody, no, but
mind.
if you're everybody else, then
Yeah.
what makes you special? What's the point? It's supposed to
Yeah.
be good versus evil, and it's not. It's just dudes versus dudes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just people fighting at this point. And I don't mind the gray Jedi thing if they wanted to turn that into canon. But the thing is, then you're not part of the Jedi Order. If you're a gray Jedi, then you're too much evil, even though you're not really evil, but you're too much. You're not fully good where the Jedi Order will accept you, which is
Or
like Ahsoka. Ahsoka was considered a gray Jedi.
because,
I
but
don't
it's
know,
because you have attachments.
you have attachments, or you have feelings, or you have things that they deem not pure. You know,
What did you think about that with Osha? Finding out there wasn't Osha she wasn't not powerful enough. She didn't fail. She cared too much, and that's what caused her to fail, and that's why she had to leave the order.
yeah,
Do you think that was a good idea, or is that once again stupid?
yeah. It was. I didn't mind it. You know, they did the same thing with Anakin. You know, and that's what I feel like they're doing. OSHA is trying to make her Anakin almost. You know, like, oh, you have a lot of attachments. You love people too much, or you don't want things to happen. You know, yeah, you know. So I was like, you know, I seen it already. You know, I'm like, okay, yeah.
What about you, B?
As far as the character of OSHA,
Yeah.
I just didn't. I just couldn't connect with her for whatever reason. I just, you know, I just couldn't connect with the character. I couldn't connect with her. I couldn't connect with May. She, they just didn't really give a whole lot to work with.
Yeah.
Players look like he smoked a
Mhm.
bowl of Kyber Kush tail. Crystals.
I mean, Plagueis
Like
looks
crystals.
jacked up anyway. But yeah. Yeah.
You
Sorry.
know, with the other, with other characters, I at least kind of, you know, like feel a connection to them in some way, shape, or form, or able to at least somewhat invest in them. I wasn't invested in OSHA's story.
Mhm.
I thought she was just a blank sheet of a character,
Mhm.
you know. But then, you know, I know that's not saying a whole lot because on this show, it's kind of like who wasn't a blank sheet of a character,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
I mean,
She,
Smilo Ren was the only one I wanted to know more about. Everyone else, I didn't give a shit.
mhm.
And then the Vanestra with her whip thing, whatever. Because that's what she got her having a whip was, isn't that something that she had a vision, and that's what told her how to create her lightsaber in that way?
I
Wasn't
don't
it
know.
from through a vision? I believe that's what it was.
In the
But
show?
then, no, not in this show, but like before, you know, Vanestra's, you know, part of, you know, the comics and all that stuff. She's in there, and a lot of the stuff. Her
Oh, I gave up
storyline
on all that.
is known.
Yeah.
But you know, her with, and then we have Quamir, like seeing the whip mark. I thought that was another storyline that kind of just
Yeah.
almost like we almost got it, and they were like, nope, just we
Yeah.
almost had it. You know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why,
just
like, it was an okay episode, but it was a horrible finale. It was a horrible finale. There should be at least 3, maybe 4 more episodes after this. You know, like you need to connect. You know, Smilo Ren and Vanestra. You need to connect them together. Plagueis, what's going on with that? You know, like that's not. It's throwing random shit at a wall. You know, and calling it finished is not that wasn't a finale for me. That wasn't a finale. That's why, you know, it was a good episode. Like, I didn't hate the episode, but as a finale, I hated it as a finale.
Mhm.
You know, yeah, yeah. Because if we never get a season 2, like, then what's the point of this show? If we don't get a season 2, it's almost what's the point of the show? But also, I'm afraid to get a season 2 because are we just gonna get more of the same shit? You know, where like in this show, there's only in what the 8 episodes, there's like
Mhm.
3.5 episodes that actually matter.
Yeah, I felt the same way.
Yeah. I mean, we spent
Mhm.
and then
25%
and
of the
it's funny
show
because
in the memory.
they said they cut 30% of the finale.
Why?
Like, why would you self sabotage like that?
Why?
I was reading about this. Oh yeah, you know, we did went through a lot of different lines. There's a lot of stuff that we thought was going to be in there, and they cut like 30% of it.
Why? I don't get it. I mean, it was a longer episode. I forgot how long it was.
Of
But
action,
it
it was
was
like 37 minutes of action.
was it? Damn. Yeah. We got T. What's up, T?
So, I mean,
T, what's up, man?
All right. I'm sorry I ranted, man. I yeah.
No, that's what we're here to do. It's cool.
I got some
it's
feelings
a
with this one. And then
good,
I
good
can't
to
even
hate.
rant to to my girlfriend about it because she's like, I don't want to watch that shit from like day one. So
All you gotta do is come on Sunday.
pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So anything else before we get into our like rating for the season real quick?
Now let's rate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So real quick before we get into ratings, let us know what you thought about the finale. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Because if you did like it, let us know why. You know, I'm not here to say you're stupid for liking it. If you liked it, cool. I want to know why you liked it, stuff like that. You know, I want to have a discussion with people because that to me, that's what the fandom is about, not all the other bullshit. Like, is I liked it, I didn't like it, let's talk, and then yeah, but yeah, so leave a comment, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Obviously we're Star Wars fans, so for the good or better, we're gonna watch Star Wars stuff.
Yep.
So and talk about it. But I appreciate everyone watching on the replay. If you're watching live, stick around because we're gonna get into our rating for the season. All right, so we did our review of the final episode. Now let's get into our rating for the entire first season of the Acolyte. 8 episodes. What was that? Maybe 2 hours? Was it? No, 4 hours. 4 hours. About 4 hours.
A little bit over 4 hours. Yeah.
A little bit over 4 hours. Okay. So right around there. Brandman, what are you rating the Acolyte? Now, later, never.
I'm going to be as fair to this show as possible, and I can give it. I'll be reasonable about it. I'll give it a later. And it's a very hard later. Like, you can watch this much later down the line. If if you happen to be a Star Wars fan, that sort of thing, and if you haven't come across this yet, I'd say give it a fair shot. It really isn't, to me, without its merits. It's not one of those situations where I venomously hated it. I did think there were some things that did kind of work in terms of spectacle, in terms of the smaller story, which I appreciated for a change, in terms of the lightsaber battles. I think from a technical standpoint, I thought the set design and everything was really good. I thought a lot of thought went into that. So if you're just looking for something to kind of keep you entertained, if anything that I just mentioned are your jams, by all means give it a watch. But it's not really anything vital. It's not anything that you have to get up and go watch right out of the woodwork. You can wait. You can actually wait very long if you wanted to and not really miss anything. And just it's one of those one of these days I'll watch it type things. So I can give it a later in that regard, a very hard later.
Okay, sounds good. What about you, Brian?
I don't want to be unfair. I've been in the middle for most of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't like a finale. I thought the episode was fine. I thought just for action, the action stuff, and when they're fighting, I think it's good. Not just fine. I think it's really good action. I think they worked on it. They did different styles. They thought about why they're going to do certain things. I thought that was very good. I thought the writing most of the time, the beginning was terrible, and the end was okay. If you like pushing lore, Star Wars lore, to different things and don't mind it, maybe not wrecking, but changing the things that you thought you were going to have from Star Wars, then this might be the show for you. As for me, I feel like it made me not trust any of the things I thought I knew about the Star Wars. Through all the books, through all the comic books, through all the stuff, it made me untrust a lot of stuff. So I'm giving it a later, personally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, I'm sure that there are people that are going to like it. There are people that are going to give it a nows and stuff. But I'm going to give it a later. Almost but I'm giving it a later, but I might not ever watch this again. Never, ever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on the bottom half of later. And if someone said I'm never going to do it, I'm with you. I understand. But that's how low I am on later right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I actually was thinking about this a lot. Because my initial feeling is a never, just never watch it. And if you're a diehard like Star Wars fan and you have thoughts and feelings and some you already kind of have your feelings for Star Wars, you might not like this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give it a later, depending on if we get a season 2. If we get a season 2, what you can binge this really quick right before the second season starts. You know,
Mhm.
if we never get a season 2, then everything on the show is just pointless. You know, because the way it ends was not an ending that finished finished stories. You know, um, yeah. So I mean, if we get a season 2, you can maybe wait until then and binge it really quick. It might be better to binge it honestly, because there are things that repeat itself a lot. There's a lot of cliche things that you already know where it's going. You know, the writing and the dialogue aren't the best at times. This decision making for characters are questionable at best. You know,
At best, yeah.
Mhm.
yeah. So I mean, binging it and running through it as fast as possible might be the best way to do it right before season 2. Um, but I don't think I'm ever gonna watch this ever again, really. You know, like if a season 2
Mhm.
comes out, I'll obviously watch it, but I'm definitely gonna like not I don't want to say not like it, but be worried. Be worried on what
Mhm.
else they're gonna do. You know,
How can
so
I enjoy something if I'm worried about how you're going to
exactly.
do your lore? Yeah.
Exactly. You know, so yeah, like I said, if you're die hard, just don't bother. It's just gonna upset you. But if you're somewhere in the middle of the road, wait. Just wait until we hear if there's a season 2 or not. I think that might be the best because yeah, if you're in the middle of the road and we don't get a season 2, then all this is pointless. All this is pointless, and it just retcons so many things that are very important. You know, so yeah, so cool. Yeah, unless you guys got anything else with the
No, man.
Acolyte.
I'm just come on, the Acolyte.
Mhm.
I'm glad we're done. I'm glad I don't have to watch it anymore.
Kind of. Oh man, you know, but you know, let us know your rating if you're watching. You know, did you give it a 9, give it a later, how you feel about it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are loving it. A lot of people are liking it. The critics, you know, are somewhere in the 80s, you know, with the
Mhm.
critics score on Rotten Tomatoes. So, there are people that are liking it, you know. So, definitely leave a comment, let us know what you thought about it. Any theories where you think season 2, if we get a season 2, where there might go. But appreciate everyone watching on the replay. Thank you guys so much. If you're watching on the live, stick around because we're gonna move on to our next topic for the night. All right. And the one thing we didn't even talk about the hand holding at the end because what
Yeah.
like what
Yeah, really? After everything that, yeah.
Well,
why is Star
people
Wars
explain.
so adamant about like making people hook up that we don't want to see hook up?
Yeah, but they said that the sexual tension you felt it, so we
No, I
had to end it
didn't.
with the sexual
No, I
tension.
didn't.
No, I didn't.
When
It's the
he
same
bathing in front of her, taking off his clothes in front of her, and her with her lightsaber on his neck, but just never really wanted to hurt him anyway.
what if they go balls to the wall, all out fucking stupid, and they're like, "Hey, these are the parents of either Shmi, which is Anakin's mom,
Mother. Yeah.
or these are somehow parents or grandparents to Palpatine."
It wouldn't be Palpatine wouldn't be old enough
That's why I was like parents or grandparents of them.
because
You
this
know,
is
they
only
could be
what
grandparents.
70 years, 70 years before.
I think it's 87 years before Phantom Menace,
So
and he's already old in Phantom Menace. So
exactly. So like,
Mhm.
he would be born like now and being trained in like 5 years.
yeah, because he gets trained by Plagueis. You know,
Yeah.
Plagueis picks him up. They already show, and that I don't know about you guys, but that did not seem like a Sith Lord. You know, the rags look kind of dingy, and a Sith Lord I don't know if would creep around a corner like that.
It
So
was also weird because well, first of all, they're hidden. So Plagueis, I understand that he's trying to stay hidden, right? But
Mhm.
there's only usually two, a master and his apprentice, right?
mhm,
And the apprentice has to kill the master. Like that's what it is
mhm.
for Sith.
No
So if
problem, man.
he, oh yeah, no problem, T. Um, if you're saying that he trains, you know, if he's training, he has to train someone else. Then why is he training Khmer?
If that's what they're doing, you know.
It's
I don't know,
on the island that they were already on. I don't understand. Like
why is he there? That's
Yeah.
my thing. Like, why is he there? And then just to be like I don't know, man. Because I like if they say like, oh, he was just living on the island, he's just like a nobody, and
he just happened to go
yeah. It was like, what's going on over here?
looking like
You know?
Chester.
Darth Chester. Here you go.
It's like
We figured it out, man. We figured it out.
place is like
now you need to make that now, man.
Yes.
Crop out the face of Plagueis and kind of put in Chester.
Put the Chester mannequin in there.
Darth Chester. That's what we're doing. Yeah,
that's exactly what it was. Just like
just get the little creepy fingers.
But you gotta put your fingers like, like what is going on? All right.
Yeah, that's
all
funny.
right. Let's stop talking about something that's bad. Let's talk about something that's actually good.
Yeah. Bring this up. Yeah, it's crazy how like we got 2 finales. One was like, what the fuck was that? And the other one was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like that's amazing.
Like the whole story was great. And then the last 4 minutes was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Right.
What's going on?
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's jump into, and we'll do the same thing. We'll talk about the ending and then we'll do a season rating. All right, what is up? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer. I'm with Brandman Brian the Grizzly, and we're going to talk about the season finale, season 4 of The Boys. So if you haven't seen it yet, make sure you go check it out. Hit pause on this video, come back, because we are getting into spoilers, all that good stuff. Nothing is left on the table with this because this was a wild finale. And we'll start with Brandman. What you think about it? It likes, dislikes, thoughts?
Holy crap, where do I begin? Like everything about this just kind of had me just on edge and kind of guessing what would happen next, especially with the way the last week's episode ended. Because by that last 2 minutes, I was like, holy crap, what's about to happen during the finale? And I really appreciate how it kind of it really left you guessing, like in terms of what's going to happen with Starlight, what's going to happen with Butcher, what's going to happen with Ryan. Is Ryan still going to be on Butcher's side after he finds out what happens? Where are the main characters going to end up? Why do I have to wait 2 years for the next season? It was just like, there were legitimate stakes, and at this point in time, I connect enough to the characters to where I'm like, holy crap, I hope they make it out of this in one piece. Like I said, I can't wait to see what happens next. I think the social commentary, they definitely amped up a lot more in this particular season, and with good reason. It fits that they did. I really appreciated the social commentary this time, in particular. Yeah. And Anthony Starr, just give this dude his Emmy. We don't even have to wait until a ceremony. Just hand it over to him. Just come to his house and put that in his hand. The way that the way he wavers from fake charm to intimidating to unhinged and just flat out scary is just incredible. I appreciate him more and more with each season. And, I like how the show is edgy without coming off as try hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's edgy with a good reason backing it. And like I said, it just left me wanting more. I think I'm in physical pain that I have to wait 2 more years to see what happens next.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but yeah, awesome.
Yeah. The ups and downs, but the last one delivered.
Mhm.
Kevin
Yeah.
said Anthony Starr performance makes the boys watchable. Like about it, writing just okay at best. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Mhm.
He
Tough
isn't
crowd.
even nominated. Yeah,
I was
yeah,
gonna say,
he's not
that's what I was
nominated.
gonna say. He's not
Yeah.
even nominated. So yeah, no, he isn't. Gets no Emmy, no nothing.
Yeah.
Like, what are
Plus,
they doing?
it's
Yeah.
so it's so so much shock value. I don't think Emmys want that type of show
Mhm.
representing it.
Yeah. And I think this season would be for the next Emmy. And then by then people are gonna forget about season 4 because season 5 would be going on, but then that wouldn't be counted for that year's Emmy. Yeah, it's kind of weird. You know. So but yeah, but Anthony Starr was awesome. Actually, a lot of these guys were awesome in this episode. Cool. What about you, Brian?
It was great. Like I honestly, the ups and downs I had for this episode were unbelievable.
Come
Hey,
on,
Mama
Bear.
Bear. Um, I was happy that A Train made to the end, right, without dying. I I
This
almost had
season.
a tear with Frenchie and Kamiko
Mm.
finally got together. I was like, get back up there. Get back in there. But I was very, very happy to finally see that. Because I mean, in the journey and then the things that they're said, like, yeah, you can be, you can forgive yourself. We can do this together.
Mhm.
Every day we'll forgive a little bit more. I thought that was awesome. I thought what Starlight said to Huey was hilarious. You're getting tested for everything known to man. I'm not getting no.
This ain't no syphilis or
She said no. What's it? What are they called? When they pull off the skin. What was it called? The thing that pretend to be her. It's called
oh, the shapeshifter.
shapeshifter.
Shapes.
Yeah,
I didn't want to be a
Syphilis.
shapeshifter. Herpes or syphilis.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Mhm.
that's important. But I really thought the shifter was going to be pregnant, and that was going
Ah,
to really kill Starlight. I thought that would have been woo
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Butcher almost dying and all that stuff, and then seeing Grace get knocked on the ground, and then knowing that Brian is the one that killed her.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That was a lot. And then seeing what's her name?
Also, real cool with Grace, like, because she came back and Butcher was like, oh, thanks for coming. She's like, I'm not here for you. She was
I'm here
there
from
for
Ryan.
Ryan,
Yep.
and then everything that went down with Ryan. Oh, that was heartbreaking. That was heartbreaking.
Watching him walk away, and then they're setting him up, and he feels like they trapped him and lied
Yeah.
to him.
Yeah.
But then seeing Newman just get ripped apart, that was
Mhm.
I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. That's crazy. Um,
Oh, that was nasty, man.
I
Holy
was like just
shit.
ripped, like
Oh, yeah.
like okay, guess she's not gonna be here next season. Um, Ashley taking the compound V, that was
Mhm.
huge. I mean, there's so many things we could go on and on and on and on. Sage saying that was always my plan, and I could tell you about it because you're too stupid. You would have effed it up. And
Yeah.
she's like,
I knew she had a bigger plan to play.
Yeah.
and she's like,
I think she still
never,
does.
never, ever doubt me again.
Yeah. Yeah. She was
You know,
awesome.
that was cool. And then that ending, that last 4 minutes. Oh my goodness,
Mhm.
my goodness. I thought they're all going on their merry little way, live off their lives, and
Mhm.
ready go. Mother's Milk's gonna go see his daughter and his wife, and how happy. The happiest day of my life is the day I married my wife and saw met her and all that stuff. And then he's going off, and then all of them, Kamiko is going to be with Frenchie. They're going to get that chance to be together for a little bit before the
Mhm.
world goes to crap, and
Mhm.
all the stuff was happening, and Huey and Starlight. and then you see just the turn. That huge turn was epic.
Right.
Yeah.
And we say all the Gen V people
Mm-hmm.
now, deputized in and helping Homelander. So I thought that it was just a good finale. That's what a quality finale does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like leaves you wanting more, and satisfied. I think you want more, but you're satisfied where it left off. Well, so T was saying, I hope Maeve shows back up in season 5.
Oh, she has to.
I would hope so.
She has
Although
to.
If you got Soldier Boy, you need a lot more help now.
yeah.
Mhm.
But the rumor is the actress who played Maeve had issues with Anthony Starr. That's the going rumor behind the scenes kind of stuff. Nothing's official yet. No one's come out and said anything, but that's like what people are saying. Whether it be true or not, I don't know. But if she comes back, then obviously I think it wasn't true. But maybe we'll see.
I mean,
I
he
don't know.
plays a dude
Part of me
so
is like
well.
Maeve had her happy ending. Like
I think she's gonna go off to the sunset, right? But she might come back because they have to, because they need all heroes on deck. So there'll be a chance for A-Train and Maeve and all of them to kind of go against them.
Like former 7, like a lot of former 7s against like the douchey 7.
Exactly.
Yeah. Are they even the 7 anymore? They haven't had 7 members since like season 1, right? I mean, they've always been like short at least 1. So everyone dying or quitting.
A 4.5,
at most. Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
I mean, there's so much more. Like I want to even look at the whole Soldier Boy, Homelander, Ryan thing, the generations of father son drama, and that's going to be epic too. So there's just a lot of stuff. I love the way they ended it. I love the way they look forward. They teased a lot of the stuff. I'm in. You got me. I'm in.
Yeah. So same with me with these guys. Like I love this episode. Like from beginning to end, it was just like nonstop. Like, and then at the end, when everything happens, it was like, oh shit. Like it seems like they're kind of going with some of the major ending events of the comic book, which I wasn't sure if they're going to be able to pull it off. And it seems like it's coming together pretty nicely, and I think it's gonna be really interesting. Although the way the ends, well, at least with Butcher and Homelander and stuff like that, I don't know. Like, obviously, it's not gonna be the comic book because they already changed a lot of it. And I think adding Ryan to the show makes things so much more interesting than like something like in the
instead
comic
of
book.
Black Noir,
Just being clones and blah blah blah, and making Soldier Boy like the father, because in the comic book Soldier Boy is a nobody, is a legit nobody. I think he like has sex with Homelander, I believe, in the comic book during Hero Gasm. I think he sexually assaults Huey, I think. I forgot how far that went, but so obviously them changing things, I think it works better for the show. For the comic is great, but for the show, having these like father son dynamics are really really interesting, because I'm really curious to see what happens with Ryan. Because Ryan doesn't feel safe at home with Homelander. But now he's like, shit, I can't trust Butcher. It's like, so what is this kid?
It's not like he chose Homelander at the end.
Kind of like he wanted to go back there because I think he had all the cool shit, like a kid. He's a teenage boy, and it's like, hey, you get whatever the hell you want, and you could do whatever the hell you want, and that sounds cool on paper until your dad's Homelander, and then you're like, oh shit, like he might kill me, legit.
Yeah, but you're old enough. He's old enough to a point to be at a point to you have to deal with your consequences of what you decide at this point.
Yeah. And I think that's what it was. I think he wasn't sure he wanted to do, because he did the same stuff with Homelander. He was like, oh, let's do this, and he's like, I don't know, because my mom, and like he was never fully committed to either side, and now both sides are pushing him so hard. I don't know what he's gonna do. I feel like he's gonna be somewhere in the middle, but right now there is no middle. So
Butcher is at a point where he's killing everybody.
Everyone's dying. So yeah, yeah, it's gonna be like, really interesting to see what happens with Ryan. What happened with Soldier Boy when they wake him up. Um, I did not expect to see him come back. Like I really didn't. Um, the thing with Kimiko at the end. Her and Frenchie get split up, and
And
the
she
giant
screams, she
penis.
says, "No!"
I
Oh, I couldn't
know.
believe
Oh
she
my,
actually said the word. Like,
yeah,
what?
Right?
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, wait a second.
Yeah, that was awesome. And it's like, yeah, you finally get to see them kiss. And again, I'm like, so one finale, you have people kind of like holding hands. You're like, ew, don't do that. And this one, they kiss, and you're like, yes, the thing I've been wanting for 4 seasons now. Yeah, so, but yeah, even with Mother's Milk getting knocked out by the giant penis guy.
I was
Like,
like, it was so funny. Yes,
oh
was
man.
it something sausage?
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot what his name was. Something sausage though. But yeah, that was that made me, because there's like some parts in it that made me giggle. And if you know supernatural stuff, if you know your supernatural lore,
Yes,
about Bobby, and when he's doing golf in the
love sausage,
bunker,
love sausage, love
love
sausage.
sausage. There you go. That's who it was. So Bobby,
Huh.
is from pretty much everyone from Supernatural was in the show except for Jared, which he's
Which we
gonna come
need.
in.
That
Yeah,
has to happen next season.
it's gonna.
I don't care.
He is. I
Oh, it
think they
will.
said it is. Yeah.
I think that, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which, I mean, he had a bitch and moan to finally get in, but
you know what?
he weaseled his way in.
We're gonna talk about the boys next time. I'm gonna be sitting in a trench coat, dressed like Castiel.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna happen,
Oh
guys.
no, I don't know if Castiel was in it, I think, in the beginning. But anyway, Bobby Singer is now the president. He's in blah blah blah. And the big thing he did in Supernatural was anytime he messed up, he was like balls. And he did that here.
Yeah.
I laughed. That was a good good reference, or shout out to the other show, Eric Kripke does with the Supernatural. And yeah, I just like it worked in the show, because he messed up, but it worked for that character and everything. I was
Specifically
like,
because
oh,
we
that was so
all
good.
understand from the
Yeah,
outside exactly
we
what's
got the
going
inside
on.
joke, and
Yeah.
that was a good inside joke. Yeah. So that was pretty good, because this show, I think, it does have good writing. Forgot who said in here, what Kevin Davis didn't like the writing. I thought the writing was really good.
Me too. I think they actually wrote and then decided what they're gonna do in the finale, and they let it happen, and it all made sense. Like they had someone proofread it afterwards and say, "Hey, does this make sense?" And they're like, "Oh, yeah, it's a storyline that makes perfect sense. We have
Yeah.
arcs and everything."
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
happens. Yeah.
Because even like the goofiness is like like I expect the deep and noir like being goofy, and he finally gets his murder boner. It's like even made a noise. I was like, really? And it's hilarious, but it works with that duo that they're doing, and I thought that was like funny. Then them just going around and just killing everybody was wild.
I killed Ashley.
Mhm.
That's the wrong
Oh, yeah.
Ashley.
Yeah. Yeah. And I forgot about that, because even in this episode, that Ashley's talking to the other Ashley,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, Ashley, what Ashley, and I'm like,
So
"Oh
there's
yeah, I
like 3,
forgot."
4, 5 Ashleys in here. I don't know which one's at which.
That's hilarious. That was so good. That was so good. So yeah, like like stuff like that where it's funny, it makes sense, it's goofy in a show where he just literally exploded somebody's head through a wall, punched it or whatever. So yeah, stuff like that. But and then you get the seriousness with the shapeshifter. I thought that was kind of interesting. Her talking about her becoming her teacher and all these other people, and how they justify that messed up shit that they do. And I'm like, huh, that's some therapy talk, and that sounds like kind of wild. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I did wish they didn't kill her though, or it. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
yeah, I was kind of upset that they killed the shifter.
Well, she said that she's dead, but could you not? Because they didn't tear her up or destroy her anyway.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
I
can
see her
always
coming
use
back.
that.
She could have survived, yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
but what'd you think about Newman's daughter going to a home?
Going to the same home for like supers, where
Mhm.
Newman was at, and all these other
Or-
where they're bad. Yeah. The
Exactly.
thing The thing she wanted to keep her away from.
It's the one thing that happened.
Yeah.
And because she trusted Huey.
Yeah.
Because if she never trusted Huey, she would have been okay.
Yeah.
And then Butcher made it all happen.
Yeah, Butcher probably created a monster.
Yeah. Which I love, like that whole discussion, like you said, with monsters. You know, it's like, if we don't have our humanity, we just become monsters and shit. As Butcher walks in as a monster with the shit popping out, and like, bro. Yeah, that was good. But that whole scene though with Butcher, when he just like turns around and he goes, "You're welcome," and winks, I was like, oh, that reminded me of the comic book so much. Like, oh, you're that dude. You are Butcher, like straight up from the comic. Like, just carry the crowbar.
Are you surprised he went that far? And I mean, he went full dark.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time.
Does he save everybody?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they'll friendly how things end with friendly up how Butcher ends up in the graphic novels. I kind of hope they go all the way with it, rather than, because I hope they don't soften the blow just to make it more digestible for general audiences. It like go all in, because I feel like they've gone all in with just about everything else. So I think that'll be. I think if they go the way of the comics, it'll be a good service to Huey's character too, with him really manning up at that point in time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope they really pull the trigger, because Butcher's kind of walk that line between anti-hero and then like full on villain. So I hope they go. I really, just for the sake of not spoiling it for anyone who has not read the Boys graphic novels, I really hope they go all in.
Yeah. I do too. Like,
yeah. I think anything else would be a cop out.
Yeah, and I think the way the show is, it's not afraid to go there, so I don't see why not. Like, just do it. Just do it. Yeah.
Is there one regret you guys all have from the show? Like, one regret that this episode did that you wish that it didn't do?
I don't know, because I kind of liked a lot of it.
Yeah, I think it did what a finale should do in terms of leaving you wanting more, and even leaving some loose ends.
I mean, like,
a lot of loose ends, if we're being honest.
Would you rather Newman lived? Would you rather, you said the shapeshifter live? Would you rather, one of them make it to their destination? Would you rather them, arrest Starlight so she's next to Huey and he helps her get her powers all the way on back together?
I mean, she flew. I mean, I think she got him back.
Yeah, but instead she could have been there with Huey, and she can break him out there. Would you rather Frenchie and Kamiko see everyone else get caught and they actually get away? Is there one thing that you would have liked to seen that didn't happen?
I think for me, like I said, I get why they killed Shifter. It was important. It was important for Starlight to do that. That was kind of like therapeutic kind of thing. But I would like to see her, that character come back, because it is kind of interesting. I feel like it was kind of thrown into the season and then just ended, and I was like, no, I want more of this character. Like, I want to see him mess up other people's life. That's more of a me thing. I think for the show and the story, it did what it needed to do. But for everything else, man, I can't think of anything else. I'm like, I wish they didn't do that. Besides,
same. I'm sitting here thinking really hard about it.
Yeah,
nothing's coming to mind.
Yeah, because I loved how it all ended with everyone everything happening with everyone. Like they already split, and now the splits are even splitted. With all of it. So yeah, I'm good with how it ended. Like the good guys did not win.
Mhm.
I mean, they really don't win that much anyway, and their win
Mhm.
is like barely a win. It's more like you survived kind of thing.
Hey, you
Mhm.
Especially
did
like
not. We didn't all die. Only a couple of us died.
yeah, we did all die. But yeah, none of the loose ends were like the whole thing with Ashley. I don't think they showed you what happened after she took the V. Ryan, you don't know where he's going. So and those are all like good loose ends, for a season finale. Like
Mhm.
what's he gonna do? What she's gonna become? What's gonna happen with all the boys and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
where's Butcher driving to? Yeah. I did think it would have been awesome if he was driving Baby though. If he was driving an
Ah,
Impala, I would have
that'd be too much.
legit like
That'd be too much.
laughed. I'm
You can't
like,
have baby.
that would have been
You
too
can't-
much.
That's too much. Even someone who loves baby, you can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only one that
But
could drive baby could be is a soldier boy.
it's just awesome. Oh, that would have been great because then like Soldier Boy would have seen the Impala and be like, "That's a nice car." Like that would have been awesome. But
Like if he
nah,
said
yeah, that
get
would have been
out,
a little too much.
get
Yeah,
out.
yeah. He's like, don't drive
No
that
one gets to try drive baby.
But yeah, yeah. I thought this was a great finale. I thought it was a really great
Mhm.
finale. And you're just like, shit,
When Disney ever hit like this?
never. They,
It's a very
they,
good question.
yeah. I don't think they would ever get like this because they're not trying to make award-winning shows. They're not trying, although they do get a lot. Like Ahsoka got a bunch of awards. They do get a lot of like big, but it applies to more of the masses. This is more of a niche kind of show that started hitting a bigger crowd. Um, but I don't know. I don't know if they're going to get into like a very adult thing like this. Even if you take away the sex and you take away all the killing, like there's still a lot of other things in here that are like really really serious and really really adult. And I don't know if Disney would even get to that kind of stuff. So,
Mhm.
yeah, but
That's all I had then. Okay.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if you guys got anything else,
Nope.
Brandman.
As far as I'm, as far as I'm concerned, that's mostly it.
Yeah, yeah, same. Cool. But yeah, appreciate everyone watching on the replay. Leave your comment down below. Let us know what you guys think about the finale for season 4 of The Boys. What you like about it? Do you hate any theories where you think things might go? If we missed anything, let us know. We appreciate chit-chatting with everyone in the comments. But if you are watching live, stick around because we're gonna talk about the entire season and rate the whole season. All right. So we just talked about the finale of The Boys. So now let's rate the whole season 4. Now later than ever. Brandman, what are you giving The Boys season 4?
This is very much an easy now. Like, yeah, watch this.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
I was really surprised with a lot of the direction they took with it. How the social commentary, like I said, was a little more on the nose, but I think with good reason at this point in time. The performances all around the table I thought were absolutely awesome. I like where they are at this point in time with the show, kind of with the narrative. And really, just by the time it ended, I was just really, really excited for more and a little angry that I got to wait so long for more.
Yeah.
I thought it was, I don't even think I had too much attention or I think I was gonna kind of let the show pass me by when I first heard about it, and then I heard people talking about it. Then I watched it, and now it's one of my most anticipated shows. I just think it's I just think it's amazing. You know, I think it's edgy and in your face without without coming off too try hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it for all the crazy stuff that happens in it, they handle it quite gracefully, I think. um,
All
but
things
yeah,
considered. Yeah.
yeah, all things considered, right? Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sad to see it go for another 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna suck. Okay.
Mm.
Brian, what you giving it?
Oh, I mean, this is now, no doubt. This is by far the best series I've seen since X-Men '97. They actually write well, and this might not be the greatest season that they've had, but it's because they set the bar so high,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it's definitely one of the better ones I've seen in the last couple of years. So I'm 100% behind this. I think this is definitely a now. I think the story is still doing well. I enjoy the writing. I enjoy the acting, and I'm glad A Train made it to the end. So
Said of this season. Um. Yeah. So I'm right there. It's a now, like for sure, like without question. The beginning of it was good. I thought, I was like, okay, what are you guys doing? But then like it really started to pick up towards the end. And with like, what's going on? Who's doing that? Oh my god, this person did that. And it got to a point where I was like, wow. And like Brian said, like this might not be the best season, but like you said, it's because like it starts off with like the highest bar. And granted that even if this is not one of the better seasons, it's still like a 90 something percent in my book. So it's like you went from like 100% to like a 97 to like a 96. Like you're still like one of the best shows out there for me. And this the way, but the finale was a cherry on top, and it was such a great finale. And that was the thing that went from being a great show to being like, oh crap, like I want to rewatch the season again because of the finale.
Mhm.
So yeah, definitely liked it. Definitely recommend watching it. I think all three of us recommend watching this season. If you haven't seen it, definitely binge the first 4 seasons. You got some time before the next season starts. So definitely enjoy all the craziness of what this show is. Yeah. So those are our thoughts. You can go back and check out all our reactions. I think from season 1. Did we start talking about this in season 1?
yes,
Yeah, damn. So yeah, so you go back, check that out. But we appreciate everyone watching on the replay. Thank you guys so much. Leave a comment, let us know what you rate season 4. Over on Rotten Tomatoes, it is a 93%. So like we said, like it starts off high and it just stays up there, going down like 1 or 2 percentages. And that's for the critics. The audience a little different. But yeah, we want to hear from you guys. Let us know what you thought about it. If you have any theories, let us know. We love chit chatting with everyone in the comment section. But we appreciate everyone coming in, hanging out with us. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you are watching live, stick around because we're gonna move on to our next topic for the night. Cool. Yeah. So I just looked at it right now. Rotten Tomatoes season 4 is at a 93%
Mhm.
from the critics. Only a 52% with the audience.
and it's like all.
It
I
got too
understand why.
political.
It's all people that are hating on what the politics, which is a direct reflection of what you did last year. And how what's going on with the country right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like season 1 was 85% critics, 91% audience. Season 2, 97 audience, 83. Oh no, 83 audience, 97 critics. Season 3 was 98 critics, 75% audience, and then it drops to like 93 critics and 53 audience. But we from the beginning, from like the 3rd episode, people are like, "Oh, it got too political." I was like, "The show's been." I'm sorry, it's been political. Like
Yeah,
Brandman
from the
said, though,
beginning.
it's more on the nose, but yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. It's just crazy how much, because even like it was, everything happening was January 6th. So that obviously done on purpose. All the other stuff, and it was to a point where like they had to put a warning at the beginning of this episode. They're like, "Hey, listen, like we made this a few months ago, so anything that's happened since then is just a coincidence." And so I was like, "Damn, that on the nose, the shit." But wow, a good show. I like it. Also, I didn't know Kite Man was out yet. It's got like 100% on with the audience and like 80-something% with critics. Well, it came out today. Oh,
when it came up, Brandon was talking about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta check it out because it's the same. It's a Harley Quinn spinoff. So, and I love the Harley Quinn show.
Me too.
Yeah. You guys want to call it a night, or you want to watch?
As much as I want to watch Beetlejuice, I am exhausted.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We definitely had a late start. It was my fault. But
I've been spending the last half of this week catching up on the rest anyway. So nice. Call it here.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Kevin A said, "Despicable Me 4 domestic box office total is 250 to 300."
That's where I was though. I'm right there, 250 to 300.
Yeah, that sounds about right. We'll see how big of a hit that takes next week. So tomorrow I'm going to see Twister or Twisters, whatever the hell it is.
Twisters.
Going to see that. So Monday we'll definitely do a review of that. We'll probably Supercell is on the list. Maybe even Cobra Kai.
And Cobra Kai
episodes. Yeah. So we'll have a full day on that. I do want to watch the Beetlejuice because
if we did push Cobra Kai to Thursday,
we could.
Because there's nothing to watch. I watch Evil. True. So, but I'm saying something has to be a Thursday.
Yeah, and technically Thursday will most likely be
your last day.
My last live. I'm hoping Friday night or Saturday night we can record something. So my last review would be Deadpool. Yeah, because I'm sure I want to ask about it before I don't see the computer for weeks on end. So
you'll sneak away and be able to do it. You'll be surprised. Yeah.
When everyone goes to sleep. But cool. Appreciate everyone coming in, hanging out. We have Mama Bear and everyone. It was definitely a late start, like I said. One thing, I'm seeing if we can forward our people anywhere. And no one's really live. So yeah, we got no one. No, we're the latest people live, so that's what happens. But cool. All right, let's get out of here. Appreciate all you guys. We will see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Later.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.